There we go. All right, now we're live.
We're live.
So, so I've actually never done cryotherapy before, but in solidarity, I'm wearing a nice little glove to stay warm.
Both rocking gloves. Why are you wearing gloves right now?
To stay warm with you, just so that you don't feel alone wearing gloves.
You
So,
like sitting in this room wearing gloves. That's awesome.
So you're in a mobile cryo unit?
Yes, sir. It's this guy Ray down here. There's Ray. Has the only mobile cryo unit in Miami. They kind of cruise around and are kind enough to come by peak every now and then and get to hop in there, cool off a little bit, get to wear this really cool skirt. Oh, that was almost showing too much.
Woo!
Got a skirt, some gloves. I'm going to go ahead and hop in right now. You guys are going to dive into the cold with me.
So how does this work? Do you do this often?
I can't hear you at all. I probably won't be able to hear you for like 3 minutes. I hope everybody doesn't mind. It was a good time. We just finished like a 40-minute trail run and then a beach swim. Figured it'd be a good time to get some cryo.
Can you hear me now?
My hair's a little messy.
So
What'd you say?
I was gonna say, how far was your swim?
Not a super long swim. We just did like a buoy and back out in here. It's probably 400 or 500 meters in total. The trail run was gnarly though. It was like 40 minutes of running through these trails. I think we were moving at like a 8-minute mile pace for 40 minutes, so maybe 5 miles. A little bit of swimming. Fun start to the day. Ready to rock, Ray? All right, we're going in, guys. Oh, there it is. I'm in. Did it twist me a little bit? I don't know why I turned. We're going skirts off.
Ow!
Yeah, buddy. So what's up, man?
Not much, dude. Just living the dream. We're trying to catch up with some of our favorite athletes. I got a chance to talk to Fikowski yesterday, and
Awesome.
we talked to Jake yesterday as well, which was a lot of fun.
Heavy. He's the man.
Yeah. He was also in the middle of he was like a recovery day, but he was going out for sled pushes and more workouts, of course.
17 workouts.
Yeah. So wait, what else do you have on the dock? Are you going to work out again after this? You're just going to get a little cryo refresh and go hit the gym again?
Say that one more time.
Are you going to go work out after this?
Yeah, I think so. That's the plan.
What'll you do?
Have a little snack, do a little cool down sesh, and then get in some gym time.
How's training coming along?
Training's good, man. I feel really good. I'm having a lot of fun, which is always really important for me to not get too like worked up and serious and caught up in all the hype and wanting to, I don't know, just all the madness. Just trying to get in there with a solid crew of guys and have fun like you guys kind of witnessed during the open. We had a good time just doing the same thing. So it's been a lot of that. Body feels good, which is great. Gonna feel even better after all of this, hopefully. So all is well.
You had Chandler out there hanging out with you for a little bit?
Dude, that kid is awesome. Freak athlete, really nice guy. He's funny. He's got the hashtag of Games 2022, but I told him he's got to change that to Games 2017 because he'll be there next year for sure.
Oh yeah. If this year was any, yeah.
He was keeping up with me or beating me all weekend, and he trains an hour a day with all the stuff they do for the Army.
Wow.
I'm freezing right now, by the way, like literally and figuratively. I don't know if you can tell the camera's trembling.
Dude, your lips are turning blue. You get a little blue. Your lips are turning a little blue.
My lips are getting purple? Yeah. I'm trembling for sure.
So how often do you do cryo?
You gotta distract me here.
How often are you doing cryo?
I think it's like little 3-minute sessions. I've probably done it 10 times in my life.
Do you
So
do the
30 minutes cryo in total my entire life.
Hepner was saying that he last
I
night
got
was
30
feeling a little
seconds left.
he was feeling a little run down, so he had a bunch of Oreos. How's your nutrition treating you? Still eating burgers or what?
Huh?
Are you still eating burgers or what? Are you still eating burgers all
Am I
day?
eating burgers? Yeah, of course. Always eating burgers. I got 10 seconds, then I got to put my skirt back on. Boom. I'm going to set you down for a second. All right. Skirt is on. Coming out. Escaped. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you, my man. I'm going to go cruise in a peak for a little bit, talk to him, and then I'll come right back here, okay?
All right.
Yep. Rocking the skirt across the street. So, yeah. So speaking of eating burgers and stuff, I'm going to do a little, like, what is it called? Like a shameless promo or something? I don't know. But Guido and Virginia, who own Peak 360, are very good friends of mine. Just kind of started their own little food company down here called Perfect Fuel. And I was just snacking on some of that stuff. I had like a bison burger yesterday, but everything's been delicious. So that's really been helping me eat very consistently, like the right amounts at the right times, a lot of good food. Here we are at Peak. I still got my gloves on. I'm going to try to switch the screen over so you guys can see it. I'll just Peak 360.
There it is. Home gym.
I'm going to go inside to a nice quiet place. What's up, Rolly? Everybody's looking at me crazy because I'm wearing a skirt. All right. We're in the coach's office. I'm on a live Skype interview right now. That's Lou Calcanio. That's Armin. I don't know if you guys ever met.
Nope. What's up,
Nope.
homie?
All right. Let's get down to business. It's a good question. I was just doing cryo across the street. Boom.
Wait, so now you have to walk me through this whole cryo thing. I've never tried it. I don't know if anybody who's watching has tried it. So you go in there for a few minutes, it gets super cold, and so how do you feel now?
I feel good. I mean, I think essentially it's supposed to kind of be like an ice bath, where it like reduces inflammation in your joints. It's supposed to help like reset your CNS. I could probably do a little more research on it so that I'm super educated on something that I'm doing to myself. But I don't know. I always feel good when I finish. It never hurts. And it's so hot in Miami, so I'll do anything it takes to cool down, even if it's getting in a little liquid nitrogen.
Do you feel it sort of like immediately, like kind of reset your system and get you going for the next workout, or what?
I kind of wish it was like that. It's not really magic like that. I mean, it definitely feels good. It definitely like cools you down, and you kind of feel internally like very cool. But I mean, my biceps were sore. I did a ton of pull-ups yesterday, and they're still sore. So it wasn't like a magic reset switch. I guess I could take these off now, right? I may as well. Have you taken yours off?
Yeah. I got my hands back. So
Yeah, I wish. That'd be nice.
How's games training treating you? Like, what's your volume look like these days?
It's good, man. We ramped it up. Like, it was a really refreshing feeling to get back to just training, like no holds barred, because I felt like for months we were training around the open, training around regionals, training around this, training around that, and like having to adapt and change our schedule. After like a week of a little bit of a break from regionals, it was good to just kind of get back to full-time training, kind of doing whatever Dusty program, not having to worry about how a workout was going to make you feel, just going for it. And so it's been really good to just get after it. And yeah, I mean, I was doing like 2 sessions a day. We kind of just changed it now, which I'm enjoying, to 3 sessions, obviously smaller sessions to kind of simulate the games, just so that my body's used to doing it at those time frames. So Dusty has me going at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m. Doing like a Metcon in the morning, lifting and a Metcon in the afternoon, and another like Metcon in the evening. So that's been pretty cool. That worked out really well last weekend with Chandler. We did that 3 days in a row, and felt pretty good.
So, the only real news that we've gotten so far is that Murph is going to be in some way, shape, or form at the games this year. And we don't even know if it's an individual event or if it's only teams or what. You did pretty well at Murph last year. Is there any reason for you to even practice it or attempt it again in the off season here or what?
So first of all, I'm skeptical as to whether or not that is actually going to be for us. When I first saw it, I kind of like, I don't know, felt numb to it. Like, it doesn't matter either way. Like, okay, we got to do it. It's going to be that. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't excited. I mean, in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, okay, I did pretty well in this last year, so hopefully I'd be able to do well again. And then I heard a lot of chatter, people saying that it wasn't going to be for the individuals, and he posted the picture with, so thinking it would be a team workout, but be a skeptic and think too much into it. If it is that, then I'm going to do my best. And if it's not that, then I'm going to do something else my best, Do
you, talking to Hepner, and, he was saying he gets his programming from Doug at Hyperfit, and he still adds on a bunch of extra stuff to kind of work on his weaknesses. And then talking to Fikowski, who's like the exact opposite, like still a lot of volume, but compared to Hepner, much less volume, very, very specific to his weaknesses and like new things. How would you say, your training kind of fits, in that paradigm? Like,
man, I don't think anybody does as much volume as Hepner does. He literally like blew my mind. I went out and trained with he and Nathan at Nathan's gym in Virginia, and like I barely survived that weekend. And it just really, every now and then I'll ponder, how does Jacob do that much volume? How is he like alive? Basically, what I wonder. But
he was saying he feels like poop. Like he was saying, like Mondays and what is it? Mondays and Fridays, like days after his like recovery or rest days, he usually feels really good, and then they go and crush themselves. It just feels like crap for the rest of the week.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he does an insane amount of volume. He does all the stuff that Doug sends him, plus more, whatever he can like figure out and kind of play around with. And I'm not so much like that. I usually will stick to the program. It's just easier for me to have that structure. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable when I don't have that. Like, I hate going into the gym and not having a plan and having to figure it out. I don't know. It's just it's more like annoying and frustrating to me. But every now and then, like if yesterday, don't tell Dusty, I hope he's not watching, but one of the guys at our gym was doing Holbrook, which is 30 rounds of 5 wall balls, 3 handstand push-ups, and 1 clean at 225. And not that bad, like 30 rounds, that's 30 cleans. I didn't really think about the 150 wall ball part or the 90 handstand push-ups, but I was like, yeah, I'll jump into that. So I did that with him. But it's not often that I'm adding a ton of stuff in.
So how I actually haven't gotten a chance to really talk to you since regionals. So kind of like, how did regionals go for you? Like, if you had to sum it up, like what was your favorite moment, least favorite moment?
I don't know, man. I wasn't super pumped with the way I felt and performed at regionals. An ice cream right now. Ugh. Arctic Zero sent us a bunch of little mini samples, so should be a nice little refreshing snack.
Ice cream's always good.
Always. But yeah, I went into regionals and obviously wanted to win again. I had been lucky enough to win our regional the past 2 years, 14 and 15. And that was obviously my plan again. I wanted to try to win. But man, I think I was not on fire and Ben was really on fire. And No excuse. I mean, it just didn't plan out. I went out a little bit too slow on event 1, slower than I'd practiced. I went out way too hot on event 2. I don't really know what happened there because I practiced it a bunch and I did really well in practice. I finished in like 18 minutes every time. And I was doing like a minute 30 per round. And then at regionals, I opened up at like a minute per round on like the first 5 rounds and then kind of exploded. And I think it was a little bit of a combo of judging and standards, and because I hadn't really, I mean, I was definitely trying to hold myself to the standard in the gym, but it was hard to simulate what it was going to be exactly like at regionals. But sorry, I'm trying to get the camera set up. I think I got it. Yeah, I don't know. That one just didn't go as planned either. And then I kind of had like a frustrating evening. I went back to the hotel. I was with my girlfriend, Joanne, and was just in like a really weird head place and wasn't sitting where I wanted to be. I think I was in 5th place after day 1. And just tried to kind of get rid of all that and really settle in and find my groove on day 2. And advice, she's like, just try to, instead of putting so much pressure on yourself and worrying about like a time and reps, just try to go out there and like enjoy every rep, you know, like smile and breathe and coach yourself through it. And I feel like I was able to do that, and I did a lot better on day 2. And I got
Noah. All right, we lost Noah. Hold on. Let's see if we can get him back. Just texted him. We'll see what happens. There he is.
Hey guys, sorry about that. We got disconnected, but we're back.
Yes, we are.
Good?
Yeah, all good.
Cool. I don't even remember what I was saying, but just kind of recapping regionals. So day 1 didn't go that well. Day 2 went a lot better. Kind of got myself into a position where on day 3, I was kind of like locked into 2nd place, I feel like. I mean, I wanted to do really well on event 6, and I did. I was able to get an event win, and even I think I had an event record until that punk Vikowski beat me. I had an event record for like an hour. But so after event 6, with 1 event to go, it was really like I was locked in 2nd. Like there was almost no way for me to jump up to 1st, and it was going to be really, I would have to like bomb out on the final event to drop down to 3rd or below. So it was like a comfortable place to be, I guess, going into the final event. I felt good that I wasn't in that frantic place where it was like do or die and I had to go out and crush it. And Dusty said something that has kind of stuck with me from that point on. He just said, go out there and be quick and calm. And I really like that mindset for me competitively, quick and calm.
Noah.
Still there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Quick and calm.
Quick and calm, yeah. So that really works for me. Just staying in my groove, quick and calm. That's like my new mantra. Quick, calm, quick, calm.
So you're having, I mean, listen, I've been watching you on social media and stuff, and I mean,
that.
and I know what you're like in the gym because I've seen it firsthand, and it looks like you're having a great time training for the games this year. Is that the same or different than training for the past couple games?
I don't know. I want to say that I always have had fun and like tried to keep it like that, but I am having a really good time, and I think this year is probably the first year though that I have had to worry about like staying healthy. The past couple of years I haven't really had that issue. I don't know if anybody knows this, but like leading up to regionals, my right knee was really, really bugging me. I don't know what it was after that crazy training weekend with Hepner and all those guys, Jacob ruined me, and my right knee was all funky for a couple weeks, so that was kind of frustrating and weird, and I took care of that and have been feeling good again. So, but now, like, taking care of my body has kind of become a priority as well. So it's like have fun and train hard, but at the same time, like, do things like that cryotherapy, get some physical therapy, just make sure that my body is good and not banged up. So if I can go into the games healthy and in a good mood like I have been, then I think I'm going to be good.
So enough about the games. Here's the important thing. Did you get a new whip, dude?
I did. Yeah, since you guys were here, I guess I did do a little bit of an upgrade.
What are you driving now? I keep seeing this picture.
Well, wait. So I don't know what you were probably talking about the Jaguar. So there's a local dealership down here called The Collection that has really, really nice cars. I don't even know who they work with, but it's like Porsche, Maserati, Audi, blah, 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 blah. And they work with Dwayne Wade, is like their guy. We had kind of spoken to them a few times about linking up and doing something, and it didn't pan out at first because they had D Wade for all their stuff. And I don't know if they preemptively knew that he was peacing out of Miami, but I purchased an Audi through them, or leased an Audi with Q5, which I've been driving around. I absolutely love. It's awesome. And then they just reached out last weekend. We're launching this brand new Jaguar F-Pace. It's like Jaguar's first SUV, and they said they wanted me to drive it around Miami and get some photos in it and do a little promo for them. And we would see what that would turn into in the future. So got hooked up with a brand new Jag to drive around for a week, which was cool. And now I'm back in the Audi, so life is good.
Yeah, you're really living like a Miami lifestyle, man. Like you're driving around in like those luxury SUVs. Like, are you like constantly listening to Rick Ross?
Yeah, he sneaks in there every now and then. But yeah, it's funny actually. Joanne and I are going to really live in the Miami lifestyle tonight. We're gonna go have dinner downtown. We're going on a little date, and then we're gonna go see a show at the Adrian Arsh Center. It's called Circopolis. It's supposed to be like the cousin of Cirque du Soleil, similar stuff. So I've always wanted to go see one of those. I'm excited to see what that's like.
That sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. I got a couple questions for you off of social media. T. Edwards wants to know, what did you name your custom donut?
Oh, my custom donut. Man, the guys that, or I guess the chef that I met up with, Max, is a really cool guy, but was more like cut and dry on the name. He wasn't having like the bro nut and the no nut and all that crazy stuff, or even the go nut was my idea. And we ended up, it's going to launch the weekend of the game, so I'm not even going to be here for it, but I'll get some when I get back. But it's going to be a sweet potato and cookie butter based donut with, I don't know, I don't think we've decided on the glaze yet, but then they're going to make little mini dog bone donuts that are going to go in the middle of it. And so I think they're going to call it like the Max and Noah donut, which is like very plain and simple and not super fancy, but hopefully the deliciousness makes up for it.
I think that's totally fair. I mean, listen, not everything can be as good as the go nut or the bro nut.
I agree. Yeah, those are tough ones to beat.
And then Katie, my fiance, took the time to comment on the Instagram post and suggest that you get Maximus a friend, like maybe a little brother or a little sister.
Okay.
Because everyone loves puppies, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's an ongoing debate in our household between Joanne and I on whether or not Max should have one litter of puppies. He's still got his nuts, and I'm like figuratively hanging on to them so that he can have one litter and we can keep one of his kids. I want to have like that father-son thing, but Joanne is just such like an angel, moral sweetheart that she doesn't want to overpopulate the world with dogs. There are so many dogs that are already in shelters, and I totally see her point. So I don't know. We'll see if Max puppies happen at some point in the future.
Just don't, if Max does have puppies, just don't tell don't tell Katie because she will ask for one of those puppies. And I don't know if we can do another puppy in the house.
Well, speaking of which, because I'm sure you were going to ask this, I saw you ask Jacob, but I told Joanne, if I win the games this year, the first thing and the thing that we're going to spend our money on is going to be a house, so that we'll have enough property to go ahead and breed Max and have space for him and a puppy. So there's a lot, like Max's nuts are riding on the games this year, basically. So
no pressure, Noah. It's just your boy's sack that's on the line.
I'm gonna be thinking about that out on the floor. Max,
I would love for you to win, and then when they ask you sort of like, Noah, what was your motivation coming in this year? Like, you know, you had something to prove. You're like, no. My dog's nuts are in the line right now.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Yeah, good deal, man. Well, look, it looks like you're doing well. You look like you're kind of bruised up from God knows whatever crazy training sessions or recovery sessions you've been doing. What is that?
That's a Atlas stone. Did a gnarly workout yesterday. In case anybody out there wants to try it. It seems the workouts, I just did a workout last week that I got from Sam Briggs, 100 rounds. It was stupid. It was such a bad idea. I'm so mad that I did it. And when I posted about it, I told everybody that. I said, listen, this is not a good idea. Don't do this workout. 50 people have tagged me in photos and videos doing that workout. I was like, nobody listened. So anyways, I'm back. We're here. So this one was bad, but not as bad. Like I wouldn't warn people against this. You can try it if you want to. So we did a Atlas stone ladder with a salt bike before and after every round. So it was 20 cal assault bike, 10 stone over shoulder at 115, 20 cal bike, 10 over the shoulder at 130, 20 cal assault bike, 10 over the shoulder at 145, bike 20, 10 over the shoulder at 175 was the final weight, and then 20 cals again at the end. And we were cruising outside, like really hammering through it. And I was going head to head with this guy, Alfredo. You met him when you were down here. He was one of our team competitors. He's going to be a really good individual athlete next year as well. But we were kind of back and forth the whole time, and he had taken a little lead on me on the stones. And we get to the final stone, and he kind of slowed down a little bit there, and we both picked up the 10th one and threw it over his shoulder at the exact same time and started walking back to the bike side by side. And pardon my language, but I looked at him and I said, fuck, because I knew we were gonna have to sprint off 20 cals on the assault bike at the end of everything. I was like, oh no, that's like the most miserable thing in the world. But yeah, so we did a sprint off and we tied and both fell to the ground at the exact same time.
That's miserable. The assault bike is a miserable machine.
Final workout of the day.
Well, dude, thank you so much for taking the time and for inviting us into your cryo chamber. Hopefully, I know I'll catch up with you in Carson, and we'll definitely get together soon afterwards to celebrate.
Yes. Thanks to everybody else that was watching out there. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully, I make you proud in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Take care, Noah. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.